Alright everybody, Fallout 4 is right around the corner, so we're giving you 5 things that new Fallout players should know. Fallout 4 might be your first Fallout game, and there's a lot of things you need to know, so let's get right into it. Probably the question that we get asked the most is, do you need to play other Fallout games to enjoy Fallout 4? The answer is no, not really. What's cool about the Fallout games and other Bethesda titles is that the lore is out there, and you just have to go figure it out for yourself. You're dropped into a world that has already been lived in and has all these existing systems and people and types of things, and it's up to you to piece things together and figure it all out. Sure, all the Fallout games have unified themes and little nods here and there, but ultimately you can jump into Fallout 4 completely not knowing anything. And if you want to go back and play the older games, you don't really have to do it in any chronological order because they're all different. That being said, if you do go back to playing the original first 2 Fallout games, be warned that they were made by a different studio, Interplay, and they were completely different games. They were actually kind of turn-based isometric RPGs until they were turned into fully 3D FPS games with Fallout 3. At number 4, another thing you need to know is first person versus third person. If you've never played a Fallout game, you might know that in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, you can play in first and third person. This is also the case in Fallout 4. Now, there's little advantages to both because, of course, if you play in third person, you get to see more of the environment, it's maybe better for melee, and you get to look at your character in all of his awesome armor and weapons glory. And if you're indoors, that third person camera might actually help you find hard to miss items floating around. That being said, using first person mode in combat is much smarter because you get more accuracy and you can play it like a first person shooter. That's basically what the game is, so it makes a lot of sense to play that way. It's really up to you. You can play however you want, and you can switch back and forth with the press of a button, and I doubt you're gonna stick to one style exclusively. And at number 3, one thing you have to know is that the save system is your friend. Fallout uses a system that gives you constant save points if you need to restart if you die or whatever. This is really useful because most missions and basically all of your adventure has multiple paths and different ways to go about things. So if you want to reload because you don't like the outcome, you can do that because there's plenty of saves backed up. Your game will save automatically when you enter a new area or fast travel somewhere. In a pinch with a pause and a click, you can use a quick save to save really rapidly anytime you want. You can also use a regular old manual save to save your game the old-fashioned way. Definitely use them often and to your advantage. Look, there's no shame going back to an older save file to ensure that an encounter or an NPC dialogue goes the way you want it. The save system totally celebrates and helps the versatility of this game and the amount of things you can do. So don't be afraid to save often and try new things.
What are you doing out here all by yourself? You want to come with me, pal?
And at number 2, VATS is your friend. VATS is a unique targeting system that actually dates back to the original Fallout games. It kind of makes the first-person shooter gameplay of the new Fallout still have a little bit of a turn-based RPG feel. When you get in any type of enemy encounter, you're able to pause the combat and plan your attacks. The number of attacks you can make is determined by your character's action points. Each part of the body can be highlighted and targeted on these enemies, and each will be labeled with a percentage that tells you how likely you are to nail that attack. These percentages are based on a variety of different things, including your skill and your weapon accuracy, not to mention the fact of the enemy's positioning and how close it is to you. You can queue up and use all these attacks on one enemy or multiple, and targeting different body parts. Once you run out of these attack points, you have to continue the fight like normally. But thankfully, attack points can be boosted with in-game performance-enhancing drugs. Because the moral of the Fallout story is, if you want to get better at killing people, do lots and lots of drugs. And at number 1, the most important thing you need to know about Fallout is that character building is everything. Fallout characters have become more and more customizable throughout the games, and Fallout 4 is definitely going to be no slouch. Not only can you specify basic aesthetic characteristics like hairstyle, skin color, what they look like, but you can also strategically invest in multiple areas of expertise. This special system actually acts as character stats. When the game starts out, you're given a certain number of set points to distribute how you see fit. You can dump them in strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Each of these aspects have different effects on gameplay. Some of them are self-explanatory, and I don't have time to go into all of them, but dumping points into these abilities also determine what perks you can choose from when you level up. For example, certain dialogue trees will have new options if your charisma is really high and you have different perks, and that might even go in tandem with your intelligence skill and what kind of answers you can give people. They all have multiple purposes, like strength, where on the one hand, more strength means you can carry more items, but it also makes your melee attacks much more damage-inducing. In Fallout 4, each perk is now categorized by the special trait that they are related to. It's all laid out in a really easy to use and fun to look at system. Paying attention to honing your character stats and abilities is the most important and the most fun thing about Fallout. And that's definitely the most important thing to know about Fallout going into Fallout 4. So guys, those were 5 things we think new Fallout players should know before diving into the Fallout series and Fallout 4. Veteran fans of the series, we want to know what you guys think about this list, and leave a comment and give some people advice. What do you think new players should really know going into this game? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. And if you are a new Fallout player excited for Fallout 4 or something like that, let us know what you think of this video and maybe give us a like. And if you are new, subscribing is the best thing you can do because we put out videos every single day. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.